Well, residents returned home today to gather some of their belongings 2 weeks after a devastating fire at an apartment building in Queens. But if the fire wasn't bad enough, many returned to find their cash, jewelry, and other valuables gone, taken by looters. And that's not the only problem. Eyewitness News reporter CeFaan Kim live in Sunnyside with more. CeFaan.
Well, David, after a raging fire gutted this sixth-floor building just before Christmas, today residents for the first time got to return home to see what they could salvage. But on top of all the other issues they're facing, they returned home to find their homes were looted, jewelry and cash all stolen.
They were very selective with what they took. They didn't just kind of do this. It was like the most expensive supplement that I had, my mom's jade necklace from Korea, in my pile of cheap jewelry, my one antique wedding ring, and my daughter's piggy bank was completely raided.
Thanks everybody for coming out.
Kathy Kim is just one of the roughly 450 tenants who lost her home in Sunnyside, Queens to a raging inferno just before Christmas. She's also among the countless tenants who say their homes were looted. The NYPD called to the scene today to collect evidence.
Yo, bro, I'm doing what I was told, bro.
I want you to stay the out of the way so people can carry their stuff out. That's it.
Meanwhile, tensions boiling over between displaced tenants and the security team hired by the building management. Tenants for the first time allowed back home today, but given only 3 hours to clear out all of their belongings. A spokesperson for A&E Real Estate Management says the 3-hour windows are for safety reasons and that tenants are being provided with movers to assist them. But tenants say they're not really movers.
How many boxes we already put here?
They're packers. There is some stuff that we were hoping, could, sort of do the industrial saran wrap and have a bunch of guys just kind of bring down the stairs as is. But I don't think they say they're not going to be able to carry a bunch of our stuff down.
The packers are really just sorters, I would say, because what they're going to do no matter what, whether a resident claims their items or not, they're going to empty out your apartments and throw it in the trash.
As for the fire, FDNY fire marshals determined the renovation contractor using an unauthorized blowtorch to remove lead paint started the blaze. Meanwhile, for Spanish-speaking residents, tenants say they're getting even less help from their landlord.
They are not translating anything to the Spanish tenants in this building.
Tenants say there are dozens of Spanish-speaking neighbors not getting phone calls or emails returned. A spokesperson for building management says A&E has Spanish-speaking staff that has directly engaged resident by email, by phone, and in person on a daily basis since the fire. Tenants say that's not true.
This is discrimination against them, and they feel that the landlord is trying to remove them from their home.
Now, meanwhile, tenants say to add insult to injury for the non-rent controlled tenants, which makes up about 40% of this building, they say they received notices that their rents will significantly increase after renovations. Building management says that was an auto-generated message that went out mistakenly, but the council member says when tenants ask them point blank if rents will go up or if by how much, they're not getting any answers. One last thing on those movers, the council member says when she pressed building management, they openly admitted this is a cleaning crew.